It's Monday evening, our regular spot. Thank you for keeping me company. I know that a lot of you have sent in lots of messages again, which is fabulous. Always a privilege to read for you. For those of you who are maybe seeing this for the first time, then my name is Anne Scholes, and I'm looking at your questions to give you psychic replies on here. And so it's like I say, it's always a privilege. I do work with my team of guides, and I always point to here because that's where they come in this side, and also my cards as well. I've got lots of decks of cards, so we can look at it from a very overall view. So let's start off with Leslie, who's sent the question in tonight at the top of the page. And of course, if you would like to have a question answered tonight and skip the queue, then all you have to do is go to asktheanswer.com and join the Purple Hearts Club, and then you can pay for premium, which takes you to the top of the queue. So a real queue jumper. It gets your question answered tonight, and away you go. So watch out for that. Plus, if you come in through the premium route, you get an extra angel card. So that's about it with that. So brilliant. I'll give it a go. Let's see what happens. Right, now let's have a look at Leslie, because Leslie says, "Hi Anne, your validations have been spot on." Thank you, Leslie. It's really nice when you give feedback, because it's not so much for me, but it's for the people who are watching this show, to see whether or not, we are legit or it works or whatever. So thank you, Leslie. It helps other people, gives them a bit more confidence in sending in a message. She says, "What do you see for me, please, as we head into autumn? Love and light, Leslie and 2 kisses." Well, the dark nights are starting to draw in, aren't they? It's like, oh, we're losing summertime. But we're heading for autumn and Halloween and bonfire night and all that. So I'm going to pull you an angel card first, Leslie. So what guidance do they want to give you for the autumn? And let's have a look and see. Right, okay, so you've drawn the listening card tonight, and the listening card is all about listen to yourself, listen to your judgment, go with that first feeling, go with that first inkling, because it's very subtle when it comes through. And what happens is we sort of get that, oh, I will, and then the ego comes, no, what about this, what about that, what about the other, and then we get taken away from it. So always listen to your intuition, because I do feel that the angels are going to guide you through the autumn. But it will be very much you listening to how you feel about things more than what you think, which is a lovely card to get. So for the autumn, Leslie, let's have a look and see what's coming in around you, what is coming in for you. So let's have a look and see autumn. Got some real major arcana cards here for you. Right, okay, so this takes me to Christmas time. And I always feel this card. The reason why it reminds me of Christmas is the star on top of the tree, although there's no tree there. It always gives me that feel for Christmas. But it's a card of renewal, Leslie. It's a card of redefining your dreams, re-looking at what you want for the future, a renewal of self, a renewal of energy, re-believing in your goals and that. So it's an absolutely beautiful card, the star card, along with the Fool, which means you're not anybody's fool. Don't think that. This is all about you are somebody who is about to take a leap of faith. And sometimes we just have to, when the angels are saying, listen to your intuition and just go for it. And this would be the card that would come out in the tarot with that. It's it's a card of enterprise. It's a card of entrepreneurship. It's a card where you are being creative and you are going for it, taking a leap of faith, yeah? Don't let people pull you back, because the devil here would suggest that there may be somebody who doesn't want to do what you were doing, doesn't want to go along with it. I would say a little bit of stick in the mud. So it's almost like I'm being held back or I'm being restricted. And all these ideas and things that you want to be doing, there's a little bit of a pullback here from someone. However, I do feel because you've got the death card here, which is talking about new beginnings and transformation, that again, this whole, the star, the fool, the death card is really all about going for it and the end of a chapter. So the end of an era. Doors are being closed, but new ones are being opened. And it's a lovely card because it's like no messing. The death card goes, door shut, that's it, we're not going back. We've learned and we're going forward. So I do feel there's a lot of moving forward, but I do feel change for you. And then we have the world, another major arcana. So this is saying success through listening to yourself and doing what you want to do. You may be even planning a long haul trip. So that's, to another country, which is more than 4 hours flying in my cards, is how I see it. So there could be some connections coming in from Canada, Australia, that kind of thing, America. So the world is that completion as well. So it's like on to a new chapter, happy with the way you've dealt with things, happy to move forward, expansion and growth of you as a person and in your personal life. So I would say there, you've got some beautiful cards. So enjoy the autumn, Leslie. New things afoot for you, okay? Don't be afraid to take them, all right, and venture out. So thank you, Leslie, for starting the show off. Let's have a look and see who is next. We have SJ. And SJ says, hi, Anne, what's coming up in love during the autumn? Jem. Right, Jem, hi, thank you. A card for you, what's coming up in love in autumn. So let's have a look and see what we've got here. And what guidance do the angels want to give you for love? I've just shuffled these, you've got the same card. Sometimes that happens. We have the listening card again. So the listening card again is all about trust in your feeling, trust in what you feel here, right? Listen to yourself. What I feel from Spirit, they're saying to me, you do know what you want. You do know what you don't want. Don't tolerate anything less. There's a very definite line being drawn here. I feel you've already reached that point. It's like if someone was to approach you, you know already about what you actually want from someone, your expectation, but you're also prepared to give to that person as well. It's not a one-way street. So let's have a look in the tarot and see what comes in around you for that. I'm going to change my cards for a minute. What's coming up in love life for autumn? Right, let's see. And as Spirit was saying about you knowing what you want now and what you don't want, kind of feel this is giving you have a lot to offer people, right? You have a lot to offer. Don't compromise yourself. You are established, you are secure, you are just ready to put the final piece in the jigsaw. And I feel this is a really lovely card because it's about just being secure in yourself. And I think you already are because of this, where I feel that you know what you want now, okay? So that kind of validates it for me. There is someone getting in touch. We have communication here. Now, this could be by phone or text or email, whichever way, social media, whichever way. And somebody's being a little bit saucy. So I would say here there's a little bit of passion coming in around you. So let me have a look and see what else we've got. 6 of Wands, feeling good. Right, okay. So it feels, SJ, very nice. Let me have a look. So it feels that there's going to be some quite duvet dancing, passion, call it what you will, here. I'm feeling quite happy about it, feeling that you are moving into a new cycle. there's a lot of talking. There's a lot of progression. There's a lot of, this person is kind of being proactive. So I don't feel that you will need to think, what's the next step? This person's already thought of that before you got there. So I do feel as if there's somebody very, very interested in you. Now, it could well be a Capricorn. I'm drawn to Capricorn, but certainly Taurus or Virgo, earth signs, as well as the Capricorn energy coming in. And I do feel he is somebody that feels quite really pleased that he's met up with you. I feel he's kind of, yes, he's got the big fish, yeah? So don't put yourself down in any way. This man is really pleased that he has got to talk to you and progress things with you. I do feel you're going to have a lovely, lovely Christmas. I know I've gone from autumn to Christmas, but here it's quite special. I think you're going to have a very special Christmas, and I do feel there's a rejuvenation and believing again by Christmas time in the future, which is really nice. So I do feel there is someone here that's going to make you feel very special, and I do feel this person has only got eyes for you. Okay. Nice. So thank you for sending in your text. Nice simple question there, SJ. Is it Sarah Jane? So thank you for sending in your question. Again, Sarah Jane's come through on the premium rate, so she goes to the top of the queue. Now, another person who's coming on the premium rate is David. And I love good evening, David. He's saying, my birthday is the 29th of April, 18. Sorry, I'm knocking years off years. 62. So you are a Taurus. Should I pay more to get this house, or there is a better choice for me, or is there a better choice for me? Thanks. Right, okay, so let's have a look and see. So we're talking about property. I can't tell you to pay more for a house because I'm not allowed to do that. But let's have a look and see. We can look at that by saying, are you going to get this property? Right? Maybe look at it from that point of view. Let's have an angel for you. Right, we've got the card of new beginnings. So I guess that makes sense to your question, doesn't it? There will be new beginnings around you. Okay, so doors opening for you. I'm trying to avoid, because I can't talk about money in this respect. You are going to have the new beginnings, but is it that house? So I can go to the tarot with that and have a look. So are you going to move into this house you've looked at? Look at that one first. Let's have a look. Certainly the ball is rolling. And for some reason it's giving you fond memories. So I don't know if it's in an area you've lived before or you have friends there, because we do have fond memories here. And the Four of Pentacles talking about stability in your security as well. Let's have a look and see. Okay, so the psychic lady here coming out is saying there's more to be revealed. Now, when this card comes out, we have to go with how we feel. So what it's saying to you is, how do you feel, David? You may be asking the logical question, is there something better out there for me? Or, should I stretch myself? This is saying to you, go back to your gut feeling, right, on guiding you. Because I do feel it's going to be strong over the next couple of weeks. I can't see another house here just yet. Let's have a look. But I do have the first house you're talking about. But I do see you taking good advice. So what I would say to you is talk to an accountant, talk to somebody that understands your situation, because it's saying being sound and getting sound advice. And then we've got the Six of Cups. So this is recognition, happy, chuffed to bits, as we say up here at the north. Really, really happy. But it's saying the guidance is here. Go and talk to someone, a professional, an accountant, somebody that knows about this, that can give you that guidance on it. And you've got success here. Okay, so that's what the cards are giving you tonight. So thank you, David, for sending your question in. Talk to somebody. It's always good to talk to a professional. It's not wasted, is it? Okay. Right, okay, so let's have a look and see. And we've got Katie, 7th of April 1995. So we share birthday, Katie. That's my date of birth. I wish it was as 95. Right, okay. It says, I'm coming to you in regards to a new love. Luke, his date of birth is the 1st of February, 95. So he's an Aquarian. I met him earlier this year. We dated for 7 months, but we were never officially together. He said he couldn't commit to me as he was going to Australia for 3 weeks in November and potentially moving there if he likes it. Could you shed any light on this? Is he being truthful? Does he come back? And is there any future with us? Right, okay. Yeah, you can see where he's coming from. He didn't want to, he was being honest with you, wasn't he? But I suppose your question is it right with what he's saying? So he is an Aquarian. Right, what deck am I drawn to? I'm drawn over here, actually. So let's have a look. Luke, was he telling the truth? And will he come back? Well, that's the question. Will he like Australia? Right, okay, so there we are. King of Swords. It's only temporary. Okay, well, we know he's going for 3 weeks. It feels like it's going to be quite hard for him. He's feeling as if this is taking a lot of effort, and he's mentally, once he's out there, the feeling is he doesn't know if he's mentally strong enough for this, being overseas. Right. Let me just get another deck. I've got a couple of things going on here because, yes, I can see him overseas, but then I feel he's going to somewhere else. And there is a transitional move. Now, I'm not going to say it's Australia. Could it be New Zealand? Did he talk New Zealand? I don't feel that I'm going to stay in Australia, but I do feel as if I'm going to be somewhere else overseas, right? A little bit closer to home. There's good conversation around this. So let me ask the question. Oh. So he is coming back, right? We've got the Lovers. Reunion, reuniting, that kind of thing. And we've got the Wheel of Fortune, opportunities around. So I'm going to say, legal papers, I'm going to say I'm not entirely convinced that he's going to emigrate to Australia, but I am convinced he wants to go somewhere, okay? I could be nearer home and I want to say Europe. I know I said New Zealand, but it could be that there's a lot in the air with him at the minute and he's not sure, okay? So the question is he ready for that transition? He knows it's going to be hard. The problem I've got around him is that he may feel he can't support himself over there. So he may go somewhere a little bit closer, like Europe. But he is coming back, okay? So that will give you the opportunity to talk things through, okay, on where you both are and what you were both looking for. Hope that makes some sense to you. Thank you for sending in your question. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Just to remind everybody that I will be logged on after this hour show at 8 o'clock, just a little after. So if any messages that you've heard tonight resonate with you, why not give me a call and I can look at it in more depth. This is only a scratching of the surface. The real work is done on the phone lines, whereby we can go into more detail about it. There's more energy coming off you, so why not give me a call? Right, we've got Megan next, and Megan's saying, "Hi, I'm really struggling to get over a man called Joe. He said I was his soulmate and the love of his life, but he moved on really quickly. Do you know if he is happy with his new lady, and if you see me being happy and over him in the near future, and is it wise to stay friends with him?" Lots of questions. Right, sweetheart, let's have a look. I don't have his date of birth on this. If you could, it's just Joe. Need a bit of a date of birth, need a little bit more energy, but we'll just see what comes out around this. So, that's what Spirit is saying to me, is that what he said to you, he meant. The problem that he had was that it scared him. That feeling really scared him. And therefore, moving on with somebody that is not, sounds daft, doesn't it? Is not as much of a challenge where love is concerned. You know, like some people can't, this would be too good to be true, so they walk away, yeah, and I'll settle for a little less. So let's have a look and see if he's happy in his relationship. It's taken him time to get into this. He does wonder whether he's made the right decision. Is he an Aquarian, Gemini, or Libran? Got that energy here. But he's gone with his head and not his heart, which is what I was trying to say before. Instead of going with that fabulous feeling of what he felt about you, it's like, actually, no, this is better suited. Tick the boxes, yeah? He seems to be working quite hard at it. Is he happy? I think he's got there. The Ten of Cups would suggest he's settled into it. I don't think it was easy at the beginning, but he's settled into it and he appears to be happy now. And will you get over him? Let's have a look and see. Yeah, it's taking a bit of time, but it's saying put the past behind you, and there is movement forward in the next 3 weeks for you, okay? Is it wise to be friends? Tricky one, that. One for a phone call. I don't know that he would be as friendly with you as you would like to be with him, because he's turning away here. You can see there's the fun and laughter, but he's turned away from it. So I don't think he wants to be reminded of how he felt about you. So I would say maybe not in these circumstances, because it would jog a memory. It would throw everything up in the air again. There was some kind of tie with this person that you went with, what I get from Spirit. Whether it feels like he'd either known her before and wanted to give this a try before he got to you, even though he said what he said. So I hope that gives you a little bit of closure, my lovely. Take care. Right, okay, who have we got next? We've got Michelle. Hello, Michelle. Oh, we've got a premium. Oh, jumped the queue, Nicolette. Nicolette has just jumped the queue. So Nicolette says, will LC Sadji contact in the next few weeks? How's he feeling about you? Well, that's how to do it, Nicolette. Straight there in front of Megan. We'll come to yours next. Right, will Saji connect in the next few weeks? Where's Mr. Sagittarius? Mr. Sagittarius. I feel he will. Now, although it's not showing a Sagittarian, it's showing an air sign. It shows that somebody is reconnecting with you. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, but this could well be him. Because I always take this man as somebody that's in his head, wanting to know more what you're up to, what you're doing, that kind of thing. It looks like it might be, when I say an odd hour, so he may get in touch, which is an unusual time or not the regular time that you used to speak to him at. Now, you've also asked, how's he feeling about you? So let's have a look and see when he gets in touch. Because he's a bit detached here, so he's working with his head, not his heart, yeah? So that's where we've got. Right. I would say working with his head, not his heart. So if he can, and I'm not saying you won't, but keep the conversation going, I do feel we've got Cupid's arrow here, right? So I feel as if we need to just take baby steps with this, because I feel as if he will fall in love with you when he's back, or realise he loves you, has big feelings for you. But it could be that work has taken him away, or he seems to be, I don't know if he works shift work or anything like that, but I do feel, when is he going to be in touch? Let's have a look. I'm going to well, we're at the end of September now, but round about the end of September or within the first 2 weeks of October. That is the time frame I've got here with him. So let's wait and see what happens. Oh, and you need an angel card too, because you've come on the premium. So let's have a look and see what's coming out for you regarding this Sagittarian man. Guidance that I want to give you. Retreat. So it's saying, not retreat from him. Take some time out to think about what you truly want, okay? Run through the scenarios. It's asking you to think about things where he's concerned. Is this the person you really want? In the way that he has, when I say treated you, it's another word. The way he's been with you, yeah? So this is saying, think about it. Think about, oh, it would be very nice if he came back, and yeah, but think about how you're going to play this, and think about what you want to say to him. So it's a very introspective card. So what I would say is you need to take a few days away just to clear your head, get the juices flowing about the questions, and off you go, right? Lots of love, and thanks for your question. All right, that's Nicolette. Let's have a look and see who's next. Next up, Megan. Hello, Megan. Right, Megan says, hi, I'm really struggling to get over a man called, oh, I've done that. Oh, no, that's what started to read it, wasn't it? Hi, I'm really struggling to get over a man called Joe. He said I was his soulmate, the love of his life, but I've done that one, haven't I? Yeah, I did that last time, sorry. Yeah, we did that. Because Nicolette jumped in, that threw me there for a minute. Right, Michelle's next. I am feeling very lost and disappointed with my partner, whom I have been with for 25 years. We have been arguing about his ex-wife for years, basically, our whole time together. He is constantly in contact with her, even though their kids have grown up. I feel they are hiding things together and will not let each other move on with their lives. He needs help. Right, so it's about boundaries. It's all about the boundaries. You know, they have to have some kind of conversation whereby they're showing you united front of the children, they're not causing the children upset. But why is it still, let's ask the question, why is it still going on after the kids are grown up? And really, he needs to step back from it. Is he a Cancerian? I'm just being shown what I'm being shown here. This is a man who lives with regrets. And somebody who finds it very hard to let go, in the sense that, well, what happened with this and what happened with that and what happened with the other? Living in the past, and that's why, because Cancerians are very like that. But he may not be, but that's the energy that I get. So let's have a look and see. So is this relationship over? Him and his ex are over, right? Look at the death card here. It's really over, okay? I do feel you'll start to see an improvement around Christmas time, okay? And Spirit saying, don't ask any questions. Ignore it, ignore it, ignore it. There's a kind of, is he doing this to make you feel jealous? So, because he's feeling insecure, and if you get a bit jealous, then he will know where you're at emotionally with this. But the Star card says better times and sailing away from this difficulty and new beginnings with the relationship, right? Let's have a look and see. Yeah, I think this man has just got very, very insecure regarding you. And you know, sometimes it's like, well, I know what she's like. If anything happens between me and you, I know where I'm at with her, and go back. Let's just. He seems to be opening up a little bit more for a couple of months. It's more opening up. I don't feel he wants to lose you. I really don't feel he wants to lose you. I think he's just handling it very badly, and he's being very insensitive to your feelings and emotions. So you need to sit down calmly when you're both in a good space and just say, this is how it makes me feel. Is this how you want me to feel? Bring in the boundaries, because you've done really well to last the length of time you have, but it just needs tweaking to be able to, so that the two of you enjoy your relationship and the future together. Okay, lots of love. Right, okay, let's have a look and see. We've got Nina next. Hello, Nina. And Nina says, I am just wondering if it is possible to look into Adam's past to give a better perspective on why he is the way he is. Nina, certainly can. What happened to Adam growing up? What happened to Adam, Nina's Adam growing up? His teens. Right, okay. Okay, well, it was certainly very stressful around him, right? Whether it's teenage years or his younger years. There's a feeling here. Did he move around a lot? Because there's a sense here, there's a temporariness. So whether he was only, they moved house, they were only there a short while, they moved again. He was forever trying to get a balance with his life here as well. Now so he's working with his head. Let's have a look. He does want to be happy. But there's arguments here. I can't see any connection with the family in the sense that it was his relationship with his dad or it was his relationship with his mother. It's not really coming out here at this point. There was, the only other thing I've got here is, did he lose somebody as well? And so therefore there is a sense of, without getting too close to somebody, he doesn't want to be rejected or left behind. There's that kind of feeling I'm getting with it. So look at the rejection. It's almost like I can't do that in case, I can't enter the race in case I fail. But, you know, you could have ridden a good race and not won, but you'd have enjoyed it, if I'm talking metaphorically here. So, just need a little bit of help. He's a little bit unsure of relationships as well. But I feel he wants it, but I just don't feel he knows how to deal with it. Could do with a bit of coaching, yeah, to get him through that. But I do feel there may have been a major loss somewhere. Could be one of the grandparents, I don't know if his parents are still here, that may have contributed to this feeling of rejection or abandonment. Okay, lots of love and thanks for your question, Nina. Let me know. Okay, so we have got Steve, and Steve says, need some advice. Dating has been fun, okay, but no one has really taken my fancy that I wanted to go on a second date with. I seem to find that I don't find them as attractive and sometimes question, am I too picky? Well, you can never be too picky. First off, Steve. Right, okay, so what's going on with you? You see, there's nothing wrong in knowing what you want, and if you settled for less, you would only be unhappy or you'd be making do. So you have to hold out. I'm being told you have to hold out. So let's have a look and see. Love life. Love life. Keep going, right? Keep going. There is a lovely lady, and I've got light brown hair. I've got possibly Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Somebody who is quite secure in themselves. Somebody who has got a good job, maybe have their own home, but somebody who is quite secure in their emotional well-being, mental well-being. There we go. Yeah. Now, this could be a link around a work situation, okay? So I've got possibly meeting them through a work connection or in and around work. You're a little bit closed at first, but she's very warm and she's worth opening up for. Again, I go to Earth sign. Then you're sort of going, well, is this the one? And you sort of throwing it out there again. This feels really nice. It feels very grounded, very earthy. Don't waste any time when you meet this lady, because I do feel there's a nice connection going on here. She's very warm. She's very reassuring, and she doesn't appear to have any baggage or emotional baggage with her. All right. So I would keep going, but because the universe wants you to. What you're doing is you're sending out the information to the universe that you want to meet somebody. Don't feel you'll meet them on the internet, but I do feel it's around either a work connection or something to do with work. All right. So we'll keep doing it because you're just keeping that. You're telling the universe you're still open to meeting somebody. Right. Okay. So let's have a look and see. We've got. And this says, I'm at a low point with regard to my future. Where am I going? If I'm doing the right things on the right path, I suppose I'm looking for some sort of guidance to help me direct me or to provide some clarity and hope. Right, no name, no information, no date of birth. Right, okay. Right, let me tell you. Sometimes we're meant to travel. Imagine life's pathway like a motorway. We're meant to travel down that motorway, and sometimes we get distracted and we veer off. And that's when we get to, am I on the right pathway? Am I doing the right thing? When you start to ask those questions, you are not, ask yourself the question, are you fulfilled emotionally, mentally, and physically, right? Are you fulfilled? Down to a penny, it's not. So when we're in this little sort of offshoot of the motorway, we need to come back. So by doing that, you come back to who you are. You come back to what do you want? Are you just following the crowd? Or are you leading the crowd? Or are you leading yourself forward? Are you taking yourself forward? So you have to come back to you for your clarity, right? So let's have a look and see. Do you love what you do? Well, it's all right. What's your burning desire? Okay. You need to ask yourself these questions, to find out if you're on the right pathway. You know how you see people who start things up and go, the odds were stacked against us, but we did it because they had a passion, because it was like, I really want to do this. So let's have a look at it. You do have to do something about the situation you're in at the moment. Right, I'll give you 7 weeks and then focus on what you want. If you can focus on what you want, you have victory here, okay? Don't let other people distract you. You can start something and then somebody says, oh, I need this and I need that, and you end up running around. It takes your energy away, it takes your focus away from what you're trying to achieve. So if you can just stay focused and blinkers on, you will find where you're going to be right. Yeah, it's not always easy. There's obstacles along the pathway. But this card is one of great strength. For me, this is one of believing in yourself, okay? The right morals. You're somebody people can trust. Stick to your faith. Stick to the belief in you, or whatever faith takes you through, because this is a card of faith, yeah? You may be enrolling on some, educating yourself on something as well, but I do feel in around about 4 weeks, you will know where you are and you will be absolutely clear about what you are doing. All right. Lots of love and thanks for your question. Don't forget, I will be logging on after the show at 8 o'clock. Just so if you resonate with what I've said to you, you can ring up and have, a little bit more in-depth reading on the subject of the text you sent in. Let's have a look and see who's next. We've got Jackie. Oh, we've got a nice question here. We've got Jackie. Do you see Chris, the 12th of June, who's a Gemini, 1980, popping the question? If so, when? Do you want me to spoil a surprise, Jackie? Right, okay. Spoil a surprise. Is he going to pop the question? Let's have a look. And when is he going to do it? Come on, Chris. Let's have me pop in the question. Is he going to pop the question? I think you've been through him through thick and thin, okay? And yes, he will eventually, right? It's not going to be a timing. So the answer is yes, he will, okay? The timing is important. So when is he going to pop the question? Because you've been his rock, really. Okay, so he's been a little bit stagnant with that. He wants to move forward. He's coming into his own energy. Nice. So I want to say I've got the opportunity for him to open the door to that pathway within 4 weeks. So 4 weeks takes me to the end of October, as long as it doesn't do it on Halloween. Yeah. And do you know what I've got here? Are you going away for a weekend? Because I feel that would be he's thinking that's the appropriate time. But what I do have here, and what I love in a reading, is when I get Mr. and Mrs. of the same star sign. You may not be Sagittarian, Aquarius, or Aries. However, you have got the Mr. and Mrs. in the cards. So, yeah, I do feel you will be his Mrs. Just don't give up just yet, all right? Give him a few more weeks. Right, okay, so let's have a look and see who we've got next. Right, we have got Mark. So good evening, Mark. I'm looking for some guidance on my new job, on how my new job will go, sorry. I am 4 weeks and it's early days, but I'm hoping I made the right decision to take it. Also, I'm awaiting the outcome of a personal issue which I'm seeking help for. I just want to know that I'm heading in the right direction. Right, did you take the job? Did you make the right decision? Mark. You did. And you will really, really love this. If you don't already, you will grow to love it. So you did make the right decision, which is good. Right, personal issue. Are you on the right path with personal issue? Did you have some time out to deal with this? This is rest and recuperation. So this is things getting better, but having to take your time with it. So let's have a look and see. And it's a yes to that as well, because this will bring you a lot of energy, a lot of inspiration, a lot of passion, that va-va-voom, that spark ignites within you, that flame burns, and that's what it will bring back. So I would say yes to both of those questions tonight. All right. Lots of love and thanks for your question. Right, okay, let's have a look and see. Right, so we're coming to a close shortly. We have Jen. Will I ever connect with Eric again, and in what way? Friends, business, romance. Does he think of me anymore? He kind of ghosted 2 months ago. Naughty Eric. Don't do that. Right, will you reconnect with Eric? I haven't got a date of birth. So let's have a look and see. There seems to be some kind of communication coming in where he's concerned. Yes, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So let's have a look and see what we've got. We've got the sun sign, which is yes, we're going to be really happy with that, and we're going to really enjoy it. So, and look at that, the Ten of Cups as well. So I want to say that looks really positive in lots of ways. Okay. Right. Okay. So don't forget, I'll be logging on at 8 o'clock. We've only got time for a few more texts. So let's have a look and see who's next. Okie dokie. Let's just. Right, I'm going to move that in there. Okay. So we've got Jen. We've answered Jen's, so that's all right. We've got Natasha. Any advice on career as I plan to apply for the leadership position at my current job? Should I? Worried and confused. Okay, let's have a look and see what we've got here. Natasha. Don't be worried, right? Don't be worried and confused. Should you apply? Well, it's something you've waited for and you've really wanted to do, isn't it? Let's be honest. Right. We know it's going to be hard work, long hours. Or are you doing the long hours at the moment? There is a new venture coming in for you. The Fool says, take the leap of faith, my darling. Right? Take the leap of faith. We've got security, which is really good for you. All right? Very secure, very happy. So I would say, go for it, my darling, go for it. Right, okay, so We've got just about 8 minutes left before we go. I'm going to answer a few more questions. Let's have a look and see. We've got, let's see. Jules. Jules says, I feel like this is the hardest trial ever. I know it's for the best to stay with my husband and make our family work. We waited 8 years to have our dear little baby boy. I'm just missing Jake terribly. We are having a break from each other, but he wants to be good friends. Do you know what his intentions are for this? Do you see some good things happening for me? Oh, bless you. Right. So you're on a break at the moment. We need to know how he feels. How does Jake feel? How does Jake feel? How does Jake feel? Well, he really feels close to you. Look at this. He's just hiding his emotions at the moment, right? Do you know what I get with this? With all the love in the world and he wanted this baby, I feel he's struck right. So there was obviously there was a prelude to this. It feels as if there was a lot of stress and tension until you actually got with the baby, to have the baby. And now the baby's here. There's this kind of, did I do the right thing? This, not that he doesn't love you or the baby. It feels to me like he's having a little bit of a meltdown from the stress he went through before all this happened. You know, when things come out later on, where you react to things, after the event, that's the feeling I've got with him. And he just needs that headspace to get himself into place. Now, most people might come through it nicely, but no, he thinks an awful lot about things. And could he have done more? Yeah. The disappointment that you had with maybe trying to get pregnant before was really tough on him. And I think feel like he could do with somebody to talk to, because this is where he's placing his energy. So he needs, there's all sorts of things coming through from spirit. You know, when somebody goes through such a tough time all the time and then they win the prize and it's like, but I can't get out of that feeling of, I've had such a bad time. Is something else lurking around the corner? Is it going to work? Blah, blah, blah. So I'm thinking he's a little bit of maybe counselling or someone to talk to about his journey with it. And I feel then he'll be fine. Okay? So lots of love and take care. Right, time for another text here. And then I think it's time to go because I'll be logging on. Let's have a look and see. This is from Debbie, and it says, do you see Corey and I reconciling? He is a pain in the ass, Cancerian. Well, yeah, to the point, Debbie. Right, but are you going to reconcile? So let's have a look and see. Let's see what cards I've got here. Right, 8 of coins. Balance and harmony. He's taking his, oh, there it is. There's the card we're looking for, reconciliation. I think you're going to have to wait a while, okay? He seems to have been, just say, playing it safe or keeping out of the way in some way. How does he feel about it? Let's ask that question. I'm curious. I'd like to have a little nosy for you. How does he feel about you? The butterfly. Relationships evolving into the next phase, healing the inner child and growth. So there's the butterfly effect. So it does feel for you, okay? So I would say just sit tight, do nothing, and wait till he moves forward. Right, so just checking the clock. I've got time for one more. We're going through these like really well tonight. Right, we have Paula. Paula says, what do the next few months have in store for me? I.e., any developments regards love life or work related I should be aware of. Any developments regards love life or work? Paula. Coming in for the next couple of months. Nine of Cups, contentment and happiness. Right? Really nice. Don't let arguments or disagreements get in the way of partnerships, because there's some nice fun and frolicking coming in around you. Look at that. The inner child is out to play. So you could even, I also want to say you're going overseas. There's a holiday here. And if you look in the middle of this card, you can see the male and female looking at one another. It's a very holy card, Ten of Pentacles, security. So I would say more on a romantic level than a work level. Yeah, you've got somebody talking to you. Okay. Definitely romance. There we go. The Knight of Cups. Paula, watch for a lovely guy coming in around you. I want to go with a happy Leo. A really happy Leo. I could be a Cancerian, but I feel I'm somebody with a birthday in the summer. Now I'm going to give the star sign, but I've got sort of, I want to go June, July, August, birthday in those months here. But I do feel there's somebody coming in that's really, really happy and really wanting to offer up his emotions to you. So there's a lot of fun there. And I've also got a holiday. Right, okay, so I think we've come to the end of time. I know that I've not been able to answer all your questions. This is why we have the premium rates, so that if you really want an answer, then when you send your text in that week, just go for the premium rates, and that way you'll get your question answered, and you get an extra card for that as well, a little bit extra time. But we've sadly run out of time, so I'm going to log on now. I think I've put my schedule up this week. I think I'm on next this Wednesday. I'll be around. And for any other questions, we've always got psychics on as the answer 24/7. And so you can pick up the phone and speak to any of us if I'm not around even. We've also got other psychics that do lives. Go onto our website and have a look at all the different things that we do. There's a whole host of things. So from me, it's been a fabulous evening. I hope you have made sense of your messages, which linking with my guides and spirit guides, they work really hard to bring these energies through. So from me to you, I will see you next week. Thank you for joining me, and have a wonderful week and take good care of yourself. All right, lots of love. Bye for now.